Alright, so I looked in this left cylinder here, the flashlight, I turned it over a little bit with the kickstart, and it looks pretty good. The valves look kind of dirty, they need to be cleaned up, but as far as the cylinder and the piston, it looks decent from what I can see. I'm going to take this other spark plug out. I'm going to call this cylinder number 2 because it's on the right. Which is, oh, this one, a lot of carbon buildup on that plug. But, it almost looks like it was leaking. It wasn't really loose. It's got the part on the top here broke off. So it might be in here. No, it doesn't look like it, but I mean, like I said, this bike is in terrible disrepair. So it'll be fun to replace those. Replace the spark plug wires. Replace whatever this thing is called here. I know what it's called, but I don't remember exactly right now. We'll go ahead and give this a look-see. Oh, that one looks kind of corroded down in there. Yeah, lots and lots of carbon buildup actually. Oh, the valves are down, the exhaust valves. God, everything walks now. So, I'm going to go ahead and give this a kick. Oh, okay, there we go. Looks like the return might be broken. Of course, it just went a full revolution. But both cylinders look, from what I can tell, pretty good inside. The outside, of course, needs cleaned. Of course, needs the whole thing needs to be rebuilt. After sitting for 20 years, it's time. Probably hasn't been rebuilt in, since it was new in 1973. I'm going to go ahead and get this other boot off. Over here, son, would you hand me that screwdriver right there? Thank you. Got this bike here, kind of as a helping a friend out, getting it out of his garage. Also for a project for me because I spend a lot of time on video games. I probably shouldn't, but it gives my kids and I something to do together. Rebuilding this thing and you know, he's almost 11, she just turned 13, so we're going to be spending a lot of time out here getting this all rebuilt and cleaned up so they can maybe learn how to ride motorcycles on it. And I grew up, my dad taught me how to, that boot's about the same as the other one. It's a little more marred up on the outside. Looks like it was actually taped. Yeah, that's definitely taped around where the gasket or the clamp goes. But if you look here, looks like medical tape too. You know, it's something that you used to hold some gauze on or tears real easy. Maybe there was a hole in it somewhere. It was just sucking too much air. Because if there's a hole in here and it's sucking air, it's on the cylinder side of the carburetor. Carburetors, they have measured air coming in through the air cleaner, through right the back side here, and it sucks air in, and it picks up fuel along the way, goes into this port here. That goes in through the valves and down into the cylinder. Then as the cylinder, when the piston comes up to the top of the cylinder, it ignites by the spark plug and pushes the cylinder back down, thus creating a full revolution of the crank, which sits right in here. Goes all the way through. The backside here is the transmission, and it provides final drive through this chain. Behind it, underneath this guard here, and then it then grabs that wheel and pulls it around. Kind of feels like it's a gear. I don't know if I hit the shifter as I was trying to take it off. Off camera, I did take that gear shifter lever off. It was pretty corroded there too. But the clutch cable, you pull up on it, it moves a little bit. I don't know if it's stretching. Of course, it's wired, it's braided steel wire, so I don't know why it's stretching. But up here, it doesn't move at all. So I'm thinking it's just corroded and everything up there at the top. It's stuck inside the wire. So we'll work that later. Cylinder heads, or the pistons and the cylinders, they're moving. So I'm going to get some paper towel and stuff in there, or cloth, to stuff in these ports, both ports here, intake ports, and some paper towel to kind of jam down in the holes where the spark plugs go. Actually, you know what? I still have both spark plugs. I'm going to go ahead and put them back in, just to, I don't care which one they go in. Just going to put that down in there, just to plug the holes. There it is. Don't have a repair manual on this as of yet. That's to come. But it is it being 2022, it's going to be electronic because, well, they don't really make paper copies of anything. Everything's put on microfilm, and then transition over to digital. So everything's going to be on my phone or a tablet or a computer or whatever. I will have access to it wherever I'm at, as long as I have internet, or I can download it to any device. So I have access to it whenever, wherever I need to. But this bike has a long way to go. Here's the throttle cable actually, and it does move quite freely. I should have. Of course, the handle, the grip needs to be replaced. That's toast. It's trash. So that'll be taken care of later on. It's not a big deal right now. I did notice here at the top there's a air leader hole. It looks like, and it didn't have a hose on it. It didn't have a plug any sort on it to keep sand and dirt, everything else out of it. This bike was in the desert most of its life, as far as I know. Maybe all of its life. I live down here in Southern California, so we're in the desert. And my buddy that I got it from, he's from just south of here, about a couple hours. And it's even further out in the desert. So we're working on a desert bike. Alright, so we got this clutch plate cover off, and it's kind of dirty, so that needs to be cleaned up. Of course, I told you it hasn't run in 20 years, so I expected a lot, but I don't know if I expected that. I got some cobwebs in here. One of these bolts was just not even on. I don't know if the anchor nut's not there. I don't know if it's stripped out. I don't know. These are the bolts right here that I pulled out. And these bolts are pretty rounded on the inside. They're all Phillips head. They're all rounded. They're all Phillips head, but they're rounded on the inside. I'm going to replace them, probably with a hex bolt. I found some online, and yeah, so those I'm gonna stick these back in just to know where they go and that they do actually indeed need to be replaced. Short one in the back, long one up front. You know what? Let's see if that is even there. Yep, that the guide's stuck on this side. It's like a pin almost, a hollow pin or a guide that the screw goes through, and it creates. It's supposed to create a seal around each screw, so they don't get rusted and nasty on the inside. But over the years, that one either fell out or if it got pulled out for some reason. I'm not sure why. Things just happen. But it is a cable-operated clutch. It is pretty nasty in here, actually. I'm actually glad I'm wearing gloves now, because well, grease and everything is not a problem. I'm not much of a bug person or a bug remnants person. But you can. I don't know if you can see this. I'm gonna try and spin this wheel. It does turn. I do have it up on a stand now. I broke down. I opened up the box. It's a pretty simple stand. Not much to put together. It was pretty much all put together when I took it out of the box. All I had to do was put this arm on, and that was just a cotter pin, and we're good to go. Then I had the top of it backwards, of course. But hey, it's all put together now, and the bike's up in the air. It is super wobbly though. I'm not sure if I like that. We're going to continue trying to clean this up. The clutch cable, actually, you can see it here. It pulls up on this mechanism here, okay? And on the front side, or the outside of the housing, or the cover, it kind of is held in by this nut and screw here. I don't know if there's a ball bearing back there. It looks like it might supposed to push back when the clutch is engaged. Let's see. It doesn't seem to, or clutch is disengaged, I should say. I definitely need to replace this cable because it is locked up tight up top. But I can see why my buddy was worried about the engine injecting some sand, because he rode it in dirt for a few years during his high school years. He said he rode it to school his freshman year for about 3 days before the school realized, well, not only, oh, there goes the ball bearing. Not only does he not have a license, but he doesn't have current registration. He doesn't have, he doesn't really, he's not old enough. At that point, he wasn't old enough to have owned a motorcycle and ride it on the street. So he just kind of, he got a warning from, I guess, the school security and moved all his riding to off-road in the dirt. Well, you don't need a license for out there in most situations. Private property, things like that, you don't need a license. You don't need tags, you don't need any of that, but you do need current tags if you're going to ride on BLM land. And this town, we are surrounded by BLM land. So when my kids are old enough, they're going to learn how to ride, but they might have to go with mom, and we go find some area that's not BLM land, and we just kind of ride around. As far as I know, it is a 4-stroke. It looks to be a 2 valves per cylinder, so it's a 4-valve, 2-cylinder engine. And I don't know where the cam is, if it has a cam. I don't know enough about this engine, really. It might be in here. Might not be. We'll find out. So, anyway, that's where we're at. It is nasty in there. But this right here is how you shift. That ball bearing fell out again. I don't know where it went.
It's behind you.
Oh. Well, I can't see it. But don't know. I don't want to pull on this too much and have the bike come down, because that would suck a lot. For not just me, but my wife and kids. Ow. Okay, the ball bearing back in there. See if I can get it to lock in where it was. I don't think so. Nope, I don't think so, Jim. We're going to put that in a container all by itself and say clutch right here on the side. Anyway, I think that's it until I get the rebuild kit for the carburetors. That's probably going to take a week or two. I did find something out. This is not a 350, it's not a 250, it's not a 200, it's not a 150. It is actually, I don't know exactly what year it is. This information plate and the block transmission housing all say CL360, which is kind of different. I had to look up all these different parts, because a lot of parts are the same, a lot of parts are not. So, yeah, that's it until I get the rebuild kit for the carburetors. This bad boy right here, dual carbs. Gotta take them apart and rebuild them ground up. I'm almost certain that the parts in here are all deteriorated and nasty. But anyway, I will post another video when I get when I get the kit in, and probably a workbench, because that's what I'm lacking around here. Hey guys, if you like that video or any of my videos, please leave a comment below, hit the like button, subscribe, and what's that little bell over there? Hit that too. And, as always, thank you for watching.